Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Steven. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys obviously know, because that's probably why you clicked this video has to do with me being gay, and it's kind of just like my coming out story, and just like, I don't know, I just want to talk about it because I feel like I could maybe help someone out there that's like going through what I went through, or like, I don't know, just so you guys can understand, know more about me, about my life. Let me just start off by saying at a very early age, I knew I liked boys. I didn't choose to be gay. I don't know, I don't know what to say. I've just always been like a little bit feminine. I know people are gonna be like, a little bit? You're so feminine. Whatever, I've always been a little bit feminine. I've always been friends with girls. I was like an early bloomer in the gay world, I guess. I don't know. There are some people in their life that find out they're gay like out of high school. I wasn't that, or am not that. So I just wanted to say that first so that you understand, like, my entire childhood I've understood it, but like obviously was very confused. Like, who knows what gay is in elementary school when like people are calling you gay? You know, you don't really know what gay means until you find out and like you comprehend that, and like, I don't know, it's a lot to understand. It's just so confusing and weird. But I guess, yeah, I just wanted to say that first. Like, my entire life I've always been a little bit feminine. I always knew I liked boys. You know, I need you to know that so that you don't think like, oh my god, I chose to be gay one day, or like it happened from one day to the next. Like, no, it wasn't like that. I'm sure people in my family knew. Like, it's so obvious. If you guys didn't know, which I'm sure most of you knew, like, how could you not? Like, look at me. But I don't know, maybe some of you didn't. So people ask me all the time, and I'm just like, really? Do I have to answer that? Even though I don't answer when people ask me online. I just feel like it's not like that needed to know. Like, the first thing you need to know about me isn't that I'm gay. Does that make sense? I don't feel like it's that important. So it's kind of annoying when people ask, but it's like, whatever. So let me just start off with my coming out story. Ow, fuck, I just swung my hand and hit my desk. Let me start with my coming out story. So my mom had asked me like maybe once a year in like middle school, do you like boys? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Like, you can tell me anything. Just like that kind of talk, like in the car or whatever. And I would always get super nervous and just say no. Like, I was just so embarrassed and scared of what her reaction would be, even though while this was all happening through my life, or like what has happened, I've always thought that my mom was gonna be the most supportive mom ever. I had watched coming out story videos on YouTube, and I just felt like my mom and I are so close. She's so open-minded. She's like the cool mom. My friends like her. She's always been like really cool and really nice. So I always thought the day that I would have to come out to my mom, it's gonna be totally fine. She's gonna love me, accept me, and she's just gonna be like, not overjoyed, but she's just gonna be like cool with it and go love me and accept me and not be upset really. But that wasn't the case, unfortunately, which honestly was really hard at the time, but now I'm just moved past it. Like, I can't dwell on things, you know, and she's kind of past it too. So let me start with, okay, so it happened when I lived in California, and I didn't live in this apartment. I lived in my other apartment, and I want to say I had just turned 16, or I was about to turn 16, but I'm pretty sure I had just turned 16, and now I'm 17, so it was only a year ago. But I mean, from then, like, a lot has changed, and you know, which is good. So my mom used to take away my phone. I'm sure like you guys maybe have gone through that or go through that. Like, she would take my phone away if I would like get in trouble or something, and she would go through it. She took my phone one time and she went through it, and she asked for my password. I gave it to her, and she, I guess, saw like stuff that was like kind of insinuating that I'm gay. I don't know what it was. It was maybe like conversations between a guy, or like photos of a guy that I thought were hot maybe. I don't know what it was, but she went through my phone for like an hour, and then she said she wanted to talk to me. And in my mind, guys, at this point, I'm freaking out because she's done this before in the past. Like, she maybe did it like once a year, where she would go through my phone and like this would happen. So she went through my phone and she said, I want to talk to you. And I was like freaking out, panicking. Like, when I get really nervous, my stomach starts to hurt. My stomach was hurting. Like, I was so nervous. And she said like, oh, she was like, why do you have pictures of boys? Or like, why do you have this? Or who are you talking to about this? And I was just like, Mom, like, I really didn't know what to say. And then she kind of just kept pressuring me to tell her. I don't remember what the exact words were. If you like boys, you need to tell me. And she kept saying it. I was like, Mom, I don't. I was crying at this point. My hands were in my face. She was like, you need to tell me. Was that? I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, so she was like, just like pressuring me to basically tell her I'm gay. You get the point. And I was like crying. My hands were in my face. I couldn't even look at her. And then I told her, and she said, what do you want me to say? And that's when I kind of knew. I want to say she maybe started to cry too. And that's when I kind of knew, like, oh my God, she really isn't happy. I was then like even more like upset, because like I said before, in my entire life, I really thought that the day that this would come, like it would all be fine. Also, I forgot to mention, during this time in my life, I was thinking about like just telling my mom, like in this period of time, like, because I thought everything was gonna be fine. And I was just thinking about telling her. But then this happened with my phone, so I was like forced to tell her. So I told her, she said, what do you want me to say? Sorry, this story is so back and forth, it's kind of annoying, but I hope you guys can keep track. So she said, what do you want me to say? And I said, like, I knew what I wanted her to say, but what I said, my reply was, I don't know, I can't make you say anything. So she then got up and she went to her room, I want to say, and she gave me my phone and she said, you need to read scripture and think about living your life the right way. Which those words, like, oh my God, just like thinking about it, like when she told me that, guys, she went to her room, I went to my room, like I just started crying even more in bed. Like I was so upset. My mom obviously didn't kick me out or like disown me. She still loves me. We still have a great relationship. I love my mom so much and appreciate everything she does for me. But that obviously was like very upsetting. But I remember like I went to get a physical like maybe a month later, and I sat and talked with the doctor alone because that's what they do, I guess. And he told me like, what's your sexual preference? So I told the doctor, and it was still very awkward and I was still very nervous. And I said, I'm gay, and he said, okay, like, are you having sex? I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, what do your parents think? Or like, have you told your mom? And I was like, I actually like recently told her. I told him what she told me, and he was like, okay, like he was like kind of just comforting me. And then he called my mom in and he talked to her about it. He basically told her like, you need to accept your son, and she was like, I don't need a doctor to tell me. Like she was basically so pissed that she left and I left, and she asked to change my doctor so that it literally isn't my doctor. The one time I saw him was the only time I saw him, and now I have a new doctor because she was so mad that he like told her that like, you should accept your son. Like I don't know, he was just like, I wasn't even in the room, so I don't know. But in the car like that day, I was like, why are you so upset? And she was just mad. And then like I started crying, and she was telling me like, why do you have all these gay friends? Like I need to get you out of California. We need to move back to Chicago when our lease is up because you just have too many gay friends here, and just like all this stuff. And like, guys, I'm literally crying driving. Like I am so hurt. I didn't know. I literally thought in my head, oh my God, I'm gonna move from California. What am I gonna do? Like my life's over. But like she was just upset during that time, like I said, and she eventually got over it. And like now she even asks me like, are you talking to any guys, or do you like guys? And she doesn't really like say any rude or mean things anymore. So it's obviously gotten a lot better within just a year, which is not really that long, which I'm very grateful and blessed for, because I know for some people it's even worse. Yeah, oh my God, my camera's dying, but that's pretty much everything I wanted to say, guys. I just wanted to share this story and that part of my life with you guys, so that if you're going through something or you went through something similar to that, just know it can get better. Or even if you haven't came out to your parents, I don't know if you're even gay, you're probably straight. But yeah, what else should I add to that? So yeah, like she told me all that in the car. I was crying, but it never came true. Obviously, I'm still in California a year later. But yeah, my mom and I are great now. I don't want you guys to get like a wrong impression of my mom or think she's a mean, terrible person. Like I said, she's the nicest, coolest mom ever. It's just hard for a mother to have a gay son. Like I understand, you know, when you have a son, you expect him to have a girlfriend and a wife and kids, but like who wants their son to turn out gay? So I totally understood that, and understood that she was like in pain or upset. but I'm just glad she was able to move past it and accept me for the little twink that I am. Just kidding, I fucking hate twinks. Just kidding, I don't hate twinks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you can relate to it, I don't know. If new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Peace out, stay hot, and I'll see you when I'm back with another video.